I'm gonna record.
The same guy, Jay, but it's
Oh boy, can you hear me, Alex?
Yes.
Alex?
Yeah.
Alex?
Can you hear me or no?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everyone, I think, except for you.
Okay, and then you're gonna mute everybody.
Mute all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now you're back.
Okay, great. It gave me the option of unmuting.
Right.
Okay. I'd like to get started now. Is that okay?
Let's rock.
All right. Welcome everyone to All Things Music. My name is Patricia F. Robinson from the Patricia F. Robinson Music Studio, and I'm the sponsor of the Youth and Juniors of Muteor. Today we're presenting a masterclass given by our superstar drummer, Alex McKinnon. We will be bringing concerts, masterclasses, variety shows on Sundays at 3 o'clock every month starting in December. The Patricia F. Robinson Music School used to be, or at least started as, the Stuyvesant School of Music, founded by my mother, Elsie Graham, in 1930. We've been serving the community for 90 years. But to tell you more about Muteor, I'd like to introduce you to the president, Kathleen Grosvenor. Can you put Kathleen on now?
Hello, everyone. Greetings. I'm so glad to see you, and I am so honored to serve as Muteor's president. And it gives me such excitement and joy to see all these young artists. I'm so excited to see you guys, their beautiful faces. And you know why? It's because I can just imagine that among you, there might be the next Herbie Hancock, or Wynton Marsalis, or Max Roach, or Sheila E. All right, right? But maybe you don't know their names. So if you don't know their names yet, I challenge you to go Google them or look them up on YouTube and listen to them, because you could be the next one, and you could use them as an example and then do even more and greater things with your music. So I know you've been hearing this word Muteor, Muteor, and I know it sounds a little funny, right? Muteor sounds a little funny, but it really stands for musicians, teachers, and organists. Muteor started a long time ago, before your grandparents were even born. And it was a very important movement back then. Some of you might have been hearing about the Black Lives Matter movement. That's because we want respect and opportunities. And that's exactly why Muteor was started as a movement to join with the National Association of Negro Musicians, because they wanted respect and opportunity for Black musicians. And unless we did it, it wasn't gonna happen. We had to do it for ourselves, okay? So Muteor is still on the move with a mission to develop and showcase and encourage the next generation of Black brilliance. And guess what? That's you. That's you. You are part of a movement. And when you get connected to NAM, NAM is another like little word. It's not name, but it's NAM. It stands for National Association of Negro Musicians. You and to Mutior, you are going to be in good company. And you never know where your dreams will take you. I know you guys have dreams, right? You have dreams, and music can be part of those dreams, if not the dream, right? Music will add such beauty to your life and such a wonderful thing to have in your life. So that can be part of your dreams, and you never know where it might take you. So again, we are excited that you're here. And if you were invited by a friend, please make sure to put your email address, or your mom or your dad, your grandma, your guardian's email address in the chat. Many of you probably know how to use a chat box, right? You know, because you've been in school doing remote learning, right? So you could put that in the chat box, and we will make sure to stay connected to you, so that, just like Ms. Robinson said, we're going to be having showcases and concerts and master classes and things to do together over the next every month. So thank you guys again, and enjoy the master class. Now we have another person that's connected to Mutior. She's been a member of Mutior since she was a little girl, and she loves it. And her name is Mrs. Lynette Brinson, and she is our treasurer and our scholarship chairperson. So I'm going to turn it over to her at this time. So thanks for listening, guys. You guys have good listening ears. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Grosvenor. Excuse me. Good afternoon, everyone. Just pardon the slip of my screen. My name is Lynette Brinson, and as you were just told, I am the treasurer, the person who has to collect the monies and keep the monies going in the bank for our organization, as well as the scholarship chair. I'd like to say to you that we are so excited, and it doesn't matter what age you are. As you heard, I joined Mutior when I was a little girl. Okay, I think I was about 11, 12 years old, and we were serious. We were called the quarter notes. You know all about measures and the measurements, and we had the young people. The youngest were quarter notes. The next group for youth were the half notes, and then we had the whole notes who were grown. Okay, so as I was in, and as you do, we had to perform from time to time, and it was wonderful to be able to do such a thing as share your music and your talents with other people. It brought us joy, as it does now, to hear you. You are musicians. Please understand, you have a great talent. You may study with Mrs. Robinson, and you just show everybody what you've got as a proud African-American musician. And what we like to do is to promote young people who have a great love for music, as you do. So that's where scholarship comes in. What we actually do is have competitions that some people may participate in. And some of you listening now, I believe, were actually in the competition that we had back in the beginning of the summer, where you submitted your video of your musical presentations, and you were judged, and you were placed, and you were honored we honored all of you who participated, and we look forward to doing more of that. So if you're excited, which I know you are because you're on this Zoom presentation, if you're excited about our organization, Mutior, and wish to become a part of it, all you'll have to do is speak to Mrs. Robinson and tell her that you'd like to join. And when you do, you'll pay dues, which is a membership fee, so that we all put our monies together to help to support the events we need to present, help us to have concerts and different activities. So when you join, you help to help yourself, you help your people grow, and you help other people as well. So again, I thank you for this time to address you, and I wish all of you the best as you grow musically and academically. Thank you.
All right. Now it's my turn. Can everybody hear me okay? Put up your hands if you can hear me. All right. All right, so we're here today, and thank you guys so much for that beautiful introduction. A lot of important things were said that I wanted to touch on as well. But first and foremost, we're here because of the drums. Now, the drums are a very, very special instrument. Everybody hears the drums, and they just start dancing. They start moving their body. The drums are a very powerful instrument. They can tell stories. In African culture, there actually are languages on the drums. You can bang on a drum so large that it could tell the neighboring village a message. There's a lot of power in this instrument. And so I'm just going to play and explore some of the sonic possibilities that we have with the drums. And then we're going to hear from some of my students, and we're going to have some demonstrations. But first, I just want to explore and see what the drums, see where they're going to lead me today, because every day is a new day. And with this instrument, there's a lot of creativity and a lot of possibility. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So this is just every day for me is just sitting down and seeing where the universe is what the universe is trying to say through me. So it's a lot of fun to play this instrument, but it's also a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, and I know you guys some of you play different instruments, maybe piano, maybe violin, and any instrument is the same. It takes a lot of hard work. And I think for me, you have to find a balance of the joy and the fun and the work. And the more you practice your scales, your arpeggios, and for drums, we have the rudiments. The more you do this, the more you're going to be able to express what you want to say and your own individual thoughts. That's a big part of why I came to this instrument, because whenever I saw the drummer, he seemed to be having a lot of fun, or she. And your drum set can reflect your own personal style. You can choose to have whatever instruments. For instance, this cowbell on here. That just makes people want to move. And I love having a cowbell on my drum set. Not everybody does. You could have 10 tom-toms, a giant array of drums. You could have different shakers, tambourines. There's all kinds of sounds, and that's what I love about this instrument, is it's very individual. So the first thing we're going to talk about in terms of the drums, because there's a lot going on here, is this drum right here. We call this the snare drum. So especially right now in quarantine, a lot of people don't have access to a full drum set or even a snare drum. But that's great, because we can just work on developing our basic technique. And the way that we're going to do that is by learning the rudiments. So with pitch instruments like piano, you play your scales, you play your arpeggios. With the drums, our language is based on rudiments. So there are different exercises, different rhythms, different vocabulary, and we learn them all with our right hand and with our left hand. And there's a lot of expressiveness that we can bring with just this one drum. So the first rudiment would be the drum roll, the single stroke roll. Everybody wants to start and go crazy fast, but that's not how you do it. You have to start very slow and even. You have to spend a lot of time practicing with the metronome, just right, left, right, left. And especially if you live in New York in an apartment, this is a great tool. This is called a practice pad. It's a lot quieter than a real drum, so parents like that. And that's the one thing about playing the drums is that you have to have some supportive parents. So I'm very grateful to all the parents that allow their kids to study this amazing instrument, but it is a loud one, so it's a challenge. So a lot of my students were just playing on the pad, but their hands are getting so good, and once they get on a drum set, they're going to be flying all over the place. So I'm going to demonstrate the first roll we're going to do, which is the 5-stroke roll. And in drumming, there's single strokes and double strokes, and we're going to use both. Malcolm's going to show us the 5-stroke roll with a single stroke. Malcolm, are you there? Can you unmute yourself if possible? And I'm just going to demonstrate quick. So the 5-stroke roll is just 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, Malcolm, you there?
Yes.
Okay, you want to show us that 5-stroke? Great. All right, you want to try it a little faster? Yeah. That's great. All right, last thing, just try moving it around the drums. Start it on the snare and then use your creativity and just play it on any surface. Yeah. All right, great work, Malcolm. Thank you so much. Everybody give it up for Malcolm. All right, do we have Gabriel here? Gabriel, are you here or no?
Yeah.
All right, all right. You want to show us the 7-stroke roll? So the 7-stroke roll, we're just going to play 7. Oh, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if anyone else can hear him. I can't hear him.
No, we can't hear him either.
Gabriel, you're not muted, are you? No, you're not. Can you talk?
It's because he has his headphones in, I think.
Oh, Gabriel, can you take your headphones out maybe? Oh, you in the car? Are you on the road right now? Try again. Well, his hands look good. I can't hear you still. Can you take your headphones out?
I did.
Ah, now I hear you. Wait, don't mute yourself. There you go. Oh. I'm having trouble hearing you. All right, why don't you mute yourself and we'll try again in a second. Justin, are you here? I think I see you.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. So Justin, thank you, Gabriel. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. We're going to try again after that. Try to figure out what's going on. So Justin has been working on a piece, which is actually very advanced, called Rollin' in Rhythm. And he's going to play an excerpt from that. But first, actually, let me hear, because we didn't get from Gabriel, let me hear the 9-stroke roll, which would be 9 strokes. Great. So this is great. Justin is a very new student, less than a year, I think, and he's moving really fast. His double strokes are really coming along. All right, Justin, why don't you bless us with that rolling in rhythm? Are you muted again? Justin? Justin, you still there? Justin, can you hear me? Oh, there we go. All right, give us that rolling in rhythm. Take it again.
All right, Justin.
Justin, killing it. I want to hear you one more time, actually. And I want you to just take a nice deep breath, relax, because you can play this in your sleep. And if you make a mistake, I want you to just keep going and make it up and get to that flam. Okay? Keep going. Make it up. Make it up.
Turning off.
Come on, come on.
Make it up. Come on, play.
I can't. My phone keeps turning off.
Ah, he's losing it. See, this is a good reason why
Play the thing now.
I can't.
you'd memorize a piece instead of trying to read it. So I want you to start it, and then if your phone turns off, just make up the rest. Because in a performance situation, you don't just stop. You have to keep it going. And it's all love here. We're all here to support you, and we just want you to bring your spirit. And even if it's not what's on the page, sometimes you just got to make it up. So let's hear it. That's what I'm talking about. What a world of difference. Great. Fantastic. See, what I love about your sound is that you're getting a nice accent. So this piece is all about the accents. What does that mean? Well, when you talk, we don't talk like this. Every word sounds the same. It sounds very weird and robotic. No. So when you play, you don't want to sound like this all the time. That gets a little boring. So we have what we call the ghost notes that are played, but they're very quiet. So it creates a little texture, a little dynamic, different flavors. When you're making music, you're basically making a stew. You're putting some onions, some garlic, some salt, pepper, whatever your spices are, cayenne, chili powder. So you get to choose your flavor, but we all have to learn these rudiments. We all have to practice and get the vocabulary down first and study the great drummers that came before us. All right, so thank you so much to Justin, Gabriel, and to Malcolm for demonstrating that. And these guys are on their way to becoming great drummers, I think.
Want to bring your plate to the kitchen?
Who's not muted?
Are you muted, Walker?
I'm gonna.
Mute, Walker.
Yeah, Walker. There it is. All right, so we have a few minutes left. So I'm just going to show a couple different beats that we work on. So after we work on the snare drum stuff, we do all these exercises, we do our scales, we do our arpeggios, we do our rudiments. But sometimes when I was studying, I didn't really understand why. I was a hard worker. I'd still practice all my stuff, but it all pays off. It's all a means to an end, which is to expressing yourself musically. So we have a different rudiment, which is called the paradiddle. And it's just right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. It's just a simple pattern like that. So when you play it just on the snare drum, that's all nice. But why are we practicing that? And because we can start to use it very creatively. We can move our hands around. You know, so this sort of stuff is not just a boring exercise, and I think that's what gets lost sometimes when you're learning this stuff. You're just like, oh, why am I practicing this? Because once you learn how to do that, you can do it. But I always tell my students, you have to learn to walk before you run. You know. So if you're thinking about playing the drums, this is how it works. We start with the snare drum. We learn how to play this instrument, and then we get to all this, because this is a lot. But I just want to tell all of you young students out there, I think a big thing that you should think about is also learn using your ears. And you should be practicing all these scales, all these arpeggios, learning your repertoire. But then you should also be developing your creative side too, and figuring out what are your favorite songs. How do you play those songs? Just putting on the radio or whatever you're listening to and playing along, figuring out the beats. That's a big part of how I learned. I took lessons, I did all that. But I also, whenever something inspired me, that's what I wanted to learn how to do. So I think that's a big part of learning how to play an instrument that you guys really need to be aware of, is just the joy and the discovery of hearing records and hearing songs and figuring them out and playing along to them. So we have a few minutes. Does anybody else want to try some of these rhythms, or have a drum or something they want to hit on and want to share anything with us? If so, unmute yourself and identify yourself. I saw somebody with a drum. Oh, is that someone?
No.
Who's that? Oh, nobody? I know we got some drummers that want to show us something. No?
Well, maybe we
I
could
see a
give
hand up. I see a hand up.
Can we? Oh. Can we question?
Absolutely.
How old were you when you started playing the drums?
So I started on piano. Piano was my first instrument, and I played that for 5 years. And then I got out of it because I was into sports, and the piano lessons and the sports, they didn't line up. But luckily, my parents were very smart, and they said, "Oh no, you were very into the music." And that I when I was 14, I started playing the drums, which is pretty late for most people, but there was something about it that really made me want to play it. Like I said before, it was music I was listening to as well as the lessons that inspired me to really practice a lot. And if you don't practice a lot, you're not going to evolve as fast.
Mhm. That's a good. And why do you like the cowbell so much? That was the other question.
I like the cowbell. Well, I play a lot of African inspired dance classes, and there's a cowbell pattern that's happens a lot in West Africa, like this. And there's something about that pattern it puts you in a trance. It's a hypnotic rhythm, and you can just play that for hours. And once you start playing that and you see people dancing, their energy transfers to you, and then your energy transfers back around. And it creates a whole whirlwind of energy, and it's really an amazing experience. So that a big part of my day job is just playing for dance classes and for dancers, and that's a big part of the drums is connected to dance. So the cowbell has a certain character to it that really inspires people. Anybody else?
All the music that you played on the drums in your life, what's your favorite one?
I really like. I'm a little bit of a chameleon. I love all the different kinds of music. So I love funk, R&B, jazz, pop, gospel, classical, reggae, everything. I love learning all the different rhythms because America is just one country, and there's a whole world of rhythm and very ancient rhythms all over the place. I played some Brazilian rhythms. I played some African, Cuban. So yeah, it's everything. Anybody else? I see somebody.
You got a question?
And I don't know if this 40 minutes, I think we can all just log back on if there are more questions, but I think it might kick us off. But I guess let's just keep going.
There's a student, Aaron. He came on and then switched. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I don't know how to get to Aaron, but he was there with drumsticks ready, and then he disappeared.
Aaron, you still here or no?
I'm here.
He said he's here.
Okay, you're here. You have a drum with you?
Uh-huh.
All right, can you try this rhythm for me? This is we call the 5-stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's a different drum.
You can use any drum. It doesn't matter what it is. Can you try that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Christian and Talik wants to try as well.
Oh, I hear you. Try that again. Let me hear that again. I heard something before, and now I hear.
Go ahead, Christian. No.
I can't hear. Are we all unmuted? I'll just unmute.
Wow.
All right, well, anybody else I can't hear you guys. Is anyone else that wants to try some rhythms? Just unmute yourself.
Yes, yes,
Yes?
yes,
This
yes.
is Christian.
This is
Okay,
Christian.
Christian.
This is
Okay.
Tommy.
Christian, we're gonna do this one. 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do that?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Christian. Your videos are.
This is the challenge of teaching in the quarantine times, but I will say it's amazing that we're able to do anything at all. So the fact that we're able to get together, even if it's difficult to hear, is
Who's
pretty
can? I
amazing.
mean, does Christian have his name on his screen? Because maybe then you can pin him. I'm not.
That's true, but it's the audio. I can't hear if he's.
Yeah, I'm not on video. This is Jennifer. This is Christian's grandma. This is Patricia Robinson's daughter. I don't want
Got
to
you.
video right now.
Oh, okay.
Are you on a
I'm
phone?
sorry, guys.
Oh, no worries. But I can't hear him. I want him to try.
Try it again, Christian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go.
I see Serafina.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great.
Yeah.
Good. 1,
There
2,
you
3,
go.
4, 5. 5.
I see Serafina with drums. Well, she has 6.
I do see her rocking out.
Yes.
I think that might be the best way to go, like to call on them in the ones that we see that have the sticks or have the drums, call them out and then let them highlight them.
Well, I'd like to see Aaron have an opportunity. I can see him with sticks. Aaron, you ready?
Oh man. Yeah.
All right, Aaron, we're going to try that 5 stroke.
To play with. Okay. This can be over.
I don't think he can see us. I don't know. Aaron, you gonna try the 5 stroke?
Drums. So this is what it says.
Don't beat yourself up. Do it on the chair. Okie dokie. Brooke, you
Nice.
have something, Brooke? Oh, yes, you do. I see drumsticks.
Put it on you now. Then I'll put your finger.
Oh,
I heard
Brooke is.
something. I heard something.
Mm-hmm.
What about Walker? I see you with that djembe.
He's making me want to go get mine.
Oh.
I think I might.
Okay.
Oh, and I think Riley has drumsticks there. No? Okay, she said no. She has
Walker.
something in her head. Uh-oh, I think we're getting cut off. Not seeing people.
It is past the 40 minutes. I'm not sure how it works, but I think
Okay.
you might be able to log back on. I'm not sure.
And Tania, I don't know. She just, I don't know. Oh, there we got a smile. John, you have anything? No? Okay. Well, you're going to practice the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Thinking about it? Okay.
John was rocking out during my solo. He was giving me life, actually.
All right.
I could see him.
Well, I thought this was fantastic. I want to thank you so much. This is actually our first this year, well, the last 2 years, because last year we didn't have the master classes, but I'm so grateful that you took the time to demonstrate. I'm sure others are going to want to learn more about the drums. Who wants to learn more about the drums?
Me.
I saw some hands raised. All right. I think John's dad does the drums too. A little bit of a drummer, right? Yeah, his dad plays drums, so that'll be fun. So you just, of course, let me know. The drum teacher is very professional and very good with kids. My great grandson took some lessons with him when he was here in New York, and it was just wonderful. So next month, November 15th, we have another master class with John, the bass player. And so we'll be looking forward to that too. Everybody thank Alex.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll see you this
Bye.
week.
All right.
Okay.
Everything was really nice. Thank you.
Bye now. That was
Bye.
fun. Bye.
Okay.
Almost.
Who is that there?
Oh.
Yeah. See you, Niecy.
Bye.
We have to talk. Okay. Bye-bye now. Hanging up. Okay.
All right, now how you doing?
Bye, sweetheart. See you Wednesday. Bye-bye. See you Saturday. Oh, no, not Saturday. No lesson next Saturday. Bye, Towns. It was so good to see you. And I saw Luella, too.
Mhm.
She quit on us? Okay.
Yes, she
Thanks
did.
again,
Thank
Alex.
you.
Thank you. That was wonderful. That was perfect.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
All right. See ya.
Your number? Know your mother's phone number? You gotta have a phone number.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay, let's turn this off. How you turn it off? How you turn it off?
Thank you, Alex.
Turn it off.
Much. Great job, Malcolm.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll see you on Thursday, okay?
Okay.
You gonna practice for me?
Yes.
What'd you think of the presentation?
It was good.
Awesome. Thanks for being part of it. Thanks for showing that 5-stroke for us.
He wanted to play We Will Rock You.
Oh, yeah. I should have got him to do that, too.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a great day.
You too as well. Thank you. It was great. Thank you.
My pleasure.